Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Minecraft. I'm sure you can see that there's a lot of squares floating in the sky right now. But in this video, I haven't done a Minecraft video in a long time, but in this video I am going to attempt to create a little farm, or maybe an even massive farm, because you know me, in my past videos I'm usually, and even in the squad, I'm usually the farmer. And I'm sure everybody wonders, well, how are we gonna, you know, I'm sure if everybody plays the Xbox version or PC version, looking at Amplified Worlds is crazy because it's literally nothing but mountains and some stupid ass regions that are big, much like that over there. And I wanted to make this video today because I wonder how many of you there are that actually, you know, play that that watch my channel anyway, that actually play this game. But I just started not long ago. Look at that. It just looks just like a heart. That was not intended for me to make, but that's cool. I'm currently searching though for a flatland area that's much like that down there, just a little bit flatter. And it's relatively impossible when you're walking around in bloody fucking rain. But it's impossible to find one because everything's so tall and big and all that. And I like everything like a farm. I like to build. I like it all to be symmetrical. So I'll show you guys how exactly I build mine and how it goes. I usually put various different ones together. Sometimes I'll mix it up. I'll put like wheat, carrot, then something stupid after that. Like this new crop called beetroot that, everything I have now is from a chest. Yes, I spawned in with a chest because I wasn't too sure what all I would need. You basically are given everything besides pumpkin and carrot seeds. No, my bad. Pumpkin and potato seeds. So I have everything here. I got my saplings. I don't know why I need jungle. I got my sunflower. That's because I'm from the sunflower state. So all I'm doing is just walking around, trying to explore, find everything. There's a lot of snow in this world, unfortunately. Of course, I want to stay on the main map. I don't want to, wander outside the main map. And if it comes to it, then sure I will. But then, it creates a hassle and all that for me to go and find people that are, I don't know, on their way back. Now, also, I don't like building with, the dark oak wood and all that. I prefer the normal green trees. When Minecraft first started out, there's just that wood and that wood. Both woods only created one thing, and that one thing was oak planks and all that. And that was the kind of planks I like to use for a while. Of course, nothing to me. A normal fence from oak planks looks better than a pretty dark looking fence that looks like you just want to kill yourself by looking at it. So pardon me guys of this video. You probably could stop watching around now because I don't know how long it's going to take me to venture through this entire world and get up to the center more so as I walk this direction. I'm trying to get out of all this snow. I might actually indeed create another world after this video is over instead and see where I get. But ultimately, it's pretty impossible to build a huge farm like the ones I build on here. I'm not sure if you've watched any of the other videos, like dating back to probably about a year ago, around that time, but yeah. And sadly enough, all of us, we used to have a world called Ultimate, and it was, everything was built on there. Everything was built legitly, except a few things. Like, that was around the time the duplication glitch for everything was pretty big. But we did have a world, and it was called Ultimate. We started out on a pretty bland world, and we built like a mansion in one place and all that. Of course, this was back in like 2013. This is around the time Minecraft first came out for us. It wasn't even a year old when we made that world. That was back on the 360 in those modern era days when it was odd. It's fucking raining in the desert right now. That's cool. Oh, this is a beach area. Like, to me, this world might have a lot of water to it. That's just what I feel like it does. It's 90% Hawaiian-like. But anyway, back to my story. This world was created by Edino. You know, Edino, Gilbert the Pig. All of us, we all started on it. You know, Alejandro, Ray. Some names I say nobody will really know because you know they have a life now and they don't really play much anymore. Like there were some guys. You know, there was like Abby, there was Jody. Those were a few people from like the UK, much like Lizzie, of course. But you know, Lizzie wasn't around at this time and didn't play with us. You know, I didn't even think she had Xbox either. But this world was created, and we decided, you know what, this is horrible, a horrible place to build. You know, we built that mansion, and then we decided, you know what, let's move. So we packed everything up that was valuable and went to another place in the world that was basically like, say, this block here is our house. We just went straight, like all the way over here, and made it. We, of course, reconnected it with a railroad or some tracks. Now on that world, everybody had like their own thing above the house. Of course, you know, Edino had a nice brick house, and look, like the big bad wolf. Look, we might have found some land we could build on over here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be roughly this far up here. I'm feeling pretty good about this part, but we'll just stand here while the rain's not running. I remember a lot about it. This was also around the time that, you know, diamonds were pretty, like, we had a room full of chests, like every block in the game, like we had maybe like 2 chests full of 64 diamonds. You know, these are big ass chests. It was just a lot. Joe was like, you know, yeah, Joe had a house similar to Edino's, although it was bigger. You know, it was huge. You know, Edino had a roughly great sized house that wasn't like that. But Joe and Master Cheese or Ryan, they both had some houses that you could put like Africa inside, or you could put people from Rhode Island inside them. They're just big, and they used maybe like 2% of that entire house is where their living quarters were, and the rest of it was all like open and blank. Oh man. Now those were days. I don't remember where Ray lived. I think Ray lived with us or like next door to one of us somewhere. I know I lived in the trees. I lived inside a tree. All that. Like I was just up in like one of those big trees over there. Of course, anyway, above everybody's house, you know, that was the first world that we built a lighthouse on. That made the world lag when we would turn that on. That was all done by Mr. Gilbert. He was the redstone technician. He knew everything about it. It was also the first world we had a bank. We built a giant obsidian wall on it. You know, remember, this was back in the time when creative was not even a thing on the Xbox version. So everything was done strictly legitly and built legitly by hand. As far as going out and getting the materials for it all, I don't remember if we duplicated obsidian. I don't even think it worked at the time. But anyway, it was also the first map we built an elevator on. We built we made an exact replica of that same map. There was some way that he did it, that he copied the file and he made it like a purge looking kind of map where, you know, people just go around and kill them and all of that. And it looked like, you know, a nuclear disaster had went off and the world was all just fucked up and all that shit. Probably boring you guys with this story, but this was some long time ago. Of course, you know, when Edino sold his Xbox and all that, and when he was gone for like a year and all that, trying to save up for a one. Yeah, we actually lost all progress to that world. You know, we spent like maybe 4 or 5 months on it, but each part of that world I still remember it very well. But there were, above each house was like a Pokemon character or just a character. Like above Joe's house we had Boo in full detail. Above Edino's there was like Kirby. We had built, for some reason, somebody built like a giant zombie on that world as well. It was crazy. I wish I would have had, you know, an Elgato and recording software at that time, because that world was great. Of course, nowadays you don't have any of that. But in this world, I do know that EDNO is an architect on this game, of course. I've seen him build on other things. Well, anyway, so let's see what we got here. So it looks like we have a little bit of small area. I'm not too sure I really like this right now. Of course, right now. Well, maybe. We got a small little lake over here. This might actually work out. We just have to, carve everything and make everything a little odd, of course. We'll do that in like other videos when I get it started and building and all that. Of course, I don't build a house. I've never seen a need for a house when I can just put a bed outside. Maybe it's protection from the creeper and all that. That's later on. We'll get to that. Oh. This is roughly like the Gulf of Mexico. Just a small version of it. Alright, so I am feeling a little optimistic now. That cave up there, that could serve as a little house. Build my house up in there, make like a little walkway and all that. Come down here, have all your crops and all that. Of course, this big area might serve as a crop area. Of course, I don't know, I just have to go get a bunch of flippin' dirt. Of course, now we just gotta find a way up there and then make a way back down. Or if we might just have to serve as, a billy goat for the remainder of the time while we look. Ah, here we go. Might be actually able to build something just in this bland general area. We'll have to mine out a lot. What's up here? What we got? At least on these flat. Okay, that's nothing more than like 564s of dirt, which I'm sure we could get out of all this dirt right here. I only got 2 seeds out of that. That's retarded. Now, one of the biggest things I do suggest for everybody is you always need a bucket. Without a bucket, your crops don't grow too fast because your dirt is just all stupid for some reason. I'll put a little bridge right there. That might serve as our mine. This would be my little house. Wish it was a little more flatter. It's just, I don't know. I have to start someplace and see where I can get myself. Also, in this game, building out in the outside of the world where the game sun can hit the plants actually helps. Of course, if you build underground, for some reason crops take like I think like an hour in real life time just to grow, versus like 5 minutes in real life time. Each world is 20 minutes long, by the way, so keep that in mind. I may find that I like it over here. Is that right there, that down there isn't a lot of work to clear out, and it's covered roughly. So that means we can plant sugarcane all around it. Maybe we should climb to the top of this and see where we're at, of course. Why wouldn't there be a snow biome over here? Oh, hold on. Okay. Ocean. Alright. You know I said I was feeling optimistic earlier about that place or that area over there, but now that I actually take a look at everything, I can connect some things with a bridge. I can also work on other things as well. Anyway, my point is in this video is that if you build a farm big enough for like, you know, not even a big one, a farm that keeps like one person busy for hours. You know, you mine one area, plant all those seeds. Oh, now the other side of the farm needs to be harvested again. That's, you know, eventually you know, in these Xbox One worlds, I think you can have like, I think like 10 to 15 players in one world, and all of that. You're gonna need a pretty large farm, like, you know. Oh look, block. That's cool. That's equal to like one. Let's see. Sometimes wheat drops 2 bread and a seed, or 1 bread and a seed. Maybe it's 1 bread and 2 seeds. Roughly. Anyway, we'll just get to all that in another video when I actually clear out all that stuff and all over there, and I do over there, and I go fuck myself in the ass and blah 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 blah. And, you know, yeah. But anyway. This is the beginning of a new series that I'm hoping that my buddies and we all get back into Minecraft. Of course, EDNO only plays on the weekends because he's busy throughout the week. But that might be changing for me as well, as I will be getting another job that works second shift though, so that's like 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. However, I'll be able to do work on this world. I do like that that the sun does come up over there, so that will be very nice. Well, anyway, have a nice day, guys. And